Rick Barron, he will be delighting us with a speech from number 4 in the manual, which is how to say it, and it's enjoy the ride. And we will be looking at, he uses simple words and we understand what he's saying and understand his speech real well. Rick is a certified life success consultant and the host of a program on this television station, Anderson Public Access Television, entitled Cause and Success. And he presents practical tools that make wealth a predictable result in your life.
It had been over an hour since I started the precise preparation that was necessary to get myself and my scuba gear ready to explore the dark, deep, green, cold waters of Gilboa Stone Quarry. I was leaning against a picnic table with my dry suit on, wearing over 100 pounds of gear, with 3 layers of long underwear in the summer heat. The sweat is pouring down my face, running into my eyes. I can feel one lone drop of sweat rolling slowly down my back underneath my underwear. Reminds me of a drop of molasses coming down the side of the bottle, slowly down the side of the bottle. I use my legs to lift myself and all of that gear off of the table. I reach down, I grab my fins and my mask, and I start the slow process of walking down to the dock. When I reach the ramp, I grab the handrail and slowly shuffle as I go down that ramp, reminiscent of an elderly gentleman holding on to his cane or his walker, trying to keep himself from falling over. As I get down to the dock, I position myself so I can try to balance myself precisely as I reach down and try to put on my fins, trying to keep from rolling over onto my back like a turtle who's stuck in the middle of the road. Once I get my fins on, I put my mask on my head, I pull my hood over top, and the summer heat begins to fog the inside. I start that slow shuffle like a pregnant penguin protecting her young to get to the edge of the dock. When I reach the edge of the dock, I do some final checks, look down below me to make sure there's no one in the way, cover my face and my regulator with my hand, put my other hand over my chest, and take a giant stride off the dock into the water. As I race down towards the surface of the water, when I break the surface, the pressure forces the extra air out of my dry suit through the vent in my shoulder, similar to a race car rocketing out of a tunnel. I can feel the cold quarry water as it begins to cool my skin, and it feels good. I dip my face into the water to refresh myself and to clear the fog from my mask. And I begin to think, what happened to those Caribbean dives? The blue water, the warm water, the wonderful experience of putting on a tank, some fins, and a mask, and exploring the wonderful world down below. what happened to those carefree days of scuba diving in the summer sun of the Caribbean. I raise my face out of the water and review my plan with my buddies. I put my regulator back in my mouth and slowly descend into the cold, dark, green water of the stone quarry. As I descend, I'm reminded of a skydiver plummeting towards the earth as they fly through the air. With my buddies there, right there with me, we're headed down to our depth of 120 feet. As we go down, I press the button on the chest of my dry suit to add air to the dry suit to provide buoyancy, to keep me from bouncing off the bottom, and to provide a cushion of air around me for warmth. We level off at our depth of 120 feet and begin the process of exploring the quarry. Our lights cut through the cold darkness of the 40-degree water. We kick very slowly as we go through the dark depths. And it suddenly dawns on me the prize that I'm searching for. Shipwrecks in Lake Huron. This dive and the dives before it were practice dives for our trip to Lake Huron, where we would go explore shipwrecks, sunken pieces of history that are down there for us to explore and enjoy. We need to make sure that we enjoy the process as much as the destination. Similar to a student who's working and studying at the same time. A mother who comes home from work to do laundry, to cook, and to help with homework at the same time. A factory worker or an executive who work overtime or a weekend because they've cut staff and everybody's asked to do a little bit more. It's difficult sometimes to enjoy the process because we're just so caught up in it. When that roller coaster pulls into the station and its members are sitting in that car screaming and yelling, do you think they're celebrating the end of the ride or the journey that they had through the entire ride? They're celebrating the journey and the opportunity to do it again. As we're going through life, we ask that you keep your destination in mind. Keep it in mind, but roll down the window, put down the top, let off the accelerator, look around, and enjoy the ride. Madam Toastmaster?
Thank you, Rick, for that wonderful speech. And I'm glad that you reminded us about the journey is more important than the destination.